What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It's episode number 45 and this is it, our first cup final of this season and hopefully the first of two finals as well, as we're going to the Champions League quarterfinals today. We'll take on Atalanta, the Italian side, first leg in Bergamo and second leg at home. We'll have more games in the Premier League today as well, aim to stay top of the table. Of course, we are starting with the Carabao Cup final against West Ham, where as you'll see as well, we've been waiting for it. I often say milestones in an RTG. This is one of them. Your first youth academy player getting a call up to their national team. Kyle, well deserved son, enjoy that first England cap. So first game of many today, it is indeed the Carabao Cup final against West Ham to take on Graham Potter's side. As we know, Potter is cooking right now with the Irons, whilst our quad dreams went in the last episode of our defeat to Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Never won the Carabao Cup before, never reached a final before. Here we are, and our backup brigade are going to be starting, as I'm good at my word, and keeping them out there for the cup final. So EFL Cup final, West Ham at Wembley as the backup brigade to get our first major honour of the season. How are the bench boys? You might have noticed heading into the game as well, we've had some updates to the graphics, to the player faces, as well as the update has been given, and I must say the gameplay already, I can tell, in 3 minutes off the ball has changed as well. The pace has definitely dropped and EA have reverted back to, I think, the gameplay at the base, and thank goodness for that, because there was a patch, I can't remember if it was the last patch or the patch before, but the gameplay kind of went back to like FIFA, oh what an early goal that is, FIFA kind of 23 and maybe FIFA 24, and it was like, why did they do that? Like, there was no need for that, man. The base gameplay was fine, just needed a bit of tweaking. But there, what a start from West Ham. Didn't even have a touch of the ball, and it's like the first 10 minutes I'm behind. Alright, okay. We've got the backup brigade out there. Like I said, I was going to be true to my word. Wasn't going to go back in with my starters just because we made the final. But this is a great West Ham team, as we've seen. We would be underdogs for the game. I'm not surprised we've fallen behind early. We've only won one of our last 5 games in all competitions as well, so totally out of form as that shot by Rettegay goes wide of the post. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this at all. We're so lucky to be here. Like, we are so lucky to be here. And I wouldn't say we don't deserve to be here. I never like that term. Don't deserve. You don't deserve this. We won our game, so of course we deserve it. But we were lucky to get here. I will say that, and I will admit that as well. We won on penalties against Man City. We won on penalties against Spurs. We're lucky to be here. Let's just say that, as Tom Watson tries to get through, and oh goodness, his shot hits the corner flag and goes out of play for a West Ham throw. But yeah, we're incredibly lucky to be here. So not surprised we're down a goal early. But now back on level terms, called it for it in the back of the net. Promise David converts from close range. Equaliser from the Canadian. It's very hard for me to play good football in these conditions, as you know. Very difficult when it's absolutely tipping it down. It's a wet, somewhat mild March evening and Sunday night. And as that cross is, oh my goodness gracious me. Bicycle kicks in on goal by Rettegay. Patterson gathers at the second attempt, and it remains, oh dear, remains at 1-1 for now. But I'll tell you one thing I'm noticing as well, the direction of the passes, but when using the joystick, seems a bit strange. Well, now when I was setting my lineup, as the flag is raised for offside, when I was setting my lineup, I noticed that when I was switching to go left and right, oftentimes it will go to a corner as opposed to where I wanted it to go. I'm noticing the same with the passing as well. You might notice as you're playing on a new patch, when you're setting your team on the team management screen, sometimes you'll select the wrong player when you're using the joystick. I'm finding the same with the passing as well. This is strange, but okay, another challenge. Let me explain what I mean. With Watson, if I press the, well, I'm going to use the D-pad here. If I press the right D-pad, it will take me to David. Now, if I go down to Ibanez and then down again, that goes all the way to Patterson. Now, that has never happened before. You couldn't go from one to the other like that just by going up and down. It would always take you to the left or maybe to the right. Even there, I went straight from Rig to David up top. And with Ibanez, it will be the same going to Patterson. Flicking it left, it goes to Esteve. And there we go, left to... That's very, very odd, that. That's never been part of the game before. And, I mean, it might sound like a very minuscule change from EA. I suppose it's them trying to give you more control over the direction by being so angled, but not everyone is that perfect at angling the joystick the way they want it. There's little assistance now when it comes down to the pass directiveness too. So this is very interesting from EA. It's making the gameplay a bit more challenging. It might sound quite minuscule, but it's these finer details can make big differences when it comes down to the gameplay. 24 minutes to go, still currently tied at 1-1. So quite an even game, I'd say. And as Hinchell keeps the ball in play, well done, Jack. I could see someone winning it late, but as things stand, it's probably going pens. Now, if that happens, I'd say put your money on Sunderland, because we've won 2 prior rounds to get here on penalties. But whether we can keep it going for a 3rd in a row, I'm not too sure about that. Great football here, though, as David finds Tom Watson. And Tom steps inside, and Watson denied by an excellent save from the former Spurs shot stopper Vicario. Still 1-1 for now. But is there going to be a late winner? As Leslie just couldn't get his feet sorted out. Of all the players to fall to, it falls to the centre half, who's not scored a single goal since coming here. Rigged to Watson, Sunderland pushing late, easy save. If that falls to Promise David or Tom Watson, that's surely Sunderland netting a late winner. But we are going for it late here. We're looking really good. Watson to Mayenda. Space to let fly from range. Vicario sees it wide. Still 1-1. Extra time looming. Or is there going to be a late winner? I have got my start. Hang on. Oh, what a chance. Neil. David for the win. Yes, come on. Big Promise David with a big goal has surely won Sunderland their first Carabao Cup in my tenure. He's got them both. He's probably got the winner. And to be fair, we do deserve it. We've had a really good second half. Dan does excellently well to hold it up, and David smacks in the second. Well, I was literally just about to say, I've got my stars on the bench if I need them. I've got Fatawu, I've got Norton, I've got the main players on there. But yeah, well in, Dan. I want the backup brigade to see it out, man. They've seen us to the final. I want them all to start and finish it as a team, unified together. Come on. Where you going, Kyle? Where you going, son? This Paquetá turns. Stay with me. Last chance. Just got to see this out. No one's on the end of that. Gordon. Anthony Gordon. Don't overcommit. Go on, force it. Ref, come on, we have the minutes. That's Hinchell. That's it. Let's go. Don't dive in. Yes, Leslie. And now he's going to do it. Just hoof it, son. Get in. Whoa. I was concentrating with all my might there in those final seconds, but there it is. Crowd reactions broken as ever, but Sunderland have done it, and for the first time, I have gone all the way to win a major honour with a backup side. Promise David, always in the shadow of whether it's Bromby or Norton, but tonight, given the start, gave him the chance, and he repays me by bagging a brace as the Black Cats come from behind to win it. Sunderland are Carabao Cup winners. Fell behind literally right from kickoff. Didn't have a touch of the ball when West Ham netted the opener, but really after that it was mostly Sunderland on the up, on the offensive, on the charge, got the leveller and deserved the winning goal later as well. The stats will show you that West Ham had a bit more of the ball, and I must say the gameplay was incredibly hard for my first one in the new patch. Fair play to EA, because finally they've reverted back to what it was at the start as opposed to the latest patch, which basically nuked the best base gameplay we'd had in years. But anyway, got the late winner through Promise David, deserved it. And again, Sunderland, Carabao Cup winners for the first time in the save, and the first time I've ever done it. In all my saves, I always say I've had so many over the years, it's hard to do things for the first time ever, but I've never gone all the way to win a competition with a backup brigade until now. The Black Cats have got one of hopefully 3 major honours come the end of this season. And again, you'll see the stats here. Definitely deserved it, no doubt about it. Fair enough, okay, the XG was only slightly higher than West Ham's, but despite having less less possession, more shots. It was a higher XG, and you would have seen it through the gameplay as well. We deserved it, no doubt about that. Sunderland have got the Carabao Cup. It's not the one we want. It's not the big one. It's not the one we're hoping for, but I'm going to say it. Hopefully this is one down, two to claim. One thing I do hope EA do with this new patch, though, is allow you to take the players off the transfer list when they just get put on it straight away. I'm worried that they actually kind of fixed this a little bit since the very first season. Not completely, but like players wouldn't just like leave the club now without letting you know. But you still have the problem of players will negotiate new contracts, like Fulton, for example, and you can't remove them. And this is really, really, really annoying. EA, please, this is something I really want you to work on. But anyway, let's jump into it. It's the following game today. It's the second one of multiple, and it's the first leg of our Champions League quarterfinal. We survived a scare against Real Sociedad when we lost the first leg in Spain. Tonight, I'm hoping to avoid the same kind of performance in our first leg away from home. So it is Atalanta away in Bergamo, heading into this, and just like the previous tie against Sociedad, I'd say we're favourites by not by much. It will still be a very difficult game here if we are to go back to the stadium with a first leg win, unlike the previous tie. So Atalanta away, our first leg of the Champions League quarterfinal, sorry. How are the lads? Can't wait until EA get the licensing back for the Italian teams as well. They're so bad, aren't they? To their credit, Milan's kit this year is not that bad. Of course, we faced them earlier, and it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it was. Remember the orange kit they had? It was just so immersion breaking. And again, it's not perfect. It's not the real licensed kits, but they're not as bad as they were before. But a couple of the teams, Atalanta's for example, and of course particularly Inter Milan's as well, it's just so bad, isn't it? Sadiki rolls through for Tawu, and a great finish from Abdul gives us the lead. Whether it's called Bergamo, Calcio or Atalanta, I'd say we're favourites this time. Not by a lot, this is a decent Atalanta side, but if we are to go out here, are we disappointed? We should be targeting a place in the semis, and that's the perfect start. Lovely ball by for Sadiki as Fatawi runs through, and a clinical finish. My target last year was to reach the quarterfinals, and we got knocked out a round earlier in the last 16, but it was facing Bayern. That was always going to be a really difficult tie for us. This year my target is the semis, and I'll be very disappointed if once again we fall a round short. And against Sociedad, with all due respect, I said we were favourites. We really dropped the ball in the first leg, but turned it around in the second. Tonight in Bergamo, against Atalanta, I often say this, you just got to learn from your mistakes, man. Like, we are all going to drop the ball from time to time. We are all going to make mistakes. The key is learning from those setbacks and putting it right next time out. Tonight, we are in the mood. We've got the first goal. We've looked good early doors, and against Sociedad, the problem was, quite frankly, we didn't build on getting that early goal. Tonight, it is exactly what we're going to do instead. Anthony Guerrero steps inside, wonderful bit of dribbling, rolls it across for Tawu, almost gets to second. I never want to sound like a life coach when I start talking about this kind of stuff, but it's just, the thing is, like, when I grew up, I didn't have anyone that is saying the sort of stuff that I am. I didn't have anyone I could look to for kind of guidance, if you will. You know, I mentioned before, like, you know, my dad passed away this year, and rest in peace to my dad, of course. Loved the guy dearly, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't the kind of bloke that was going to give you good life lessons or advice. He just wasn't that kind of parent, you know. So I didn't really have, like, a strong male role model in my life at that time. I didn't really have someone who I could look up to for guidance during troubled times. So, you know, nowadays, when there's so much research, when there's so much information out there, with the, I mean, we are in the information age, aren't we? In the technological age as well, combining the ease of accessing that information as well with, you know, the podcasts you can listen to, and the audio books, and your YouTubers and your people that check in with you every day. Like, I just want to make sure that when I'm here, I'm giving people something positive to listen to, and little tidbits here and there that can help you through your tough times. As Ahmad finds Norton. Yes! And that's why I try and encourage people to think positively, even when they're going through the storm. We weathered a bit of a mini storm with Sunderland. We had no wins in 4 games. We'd had a big defeat in the FA Cup. 5th round, we had the loss to Sociedad in the first leg. We just needed to weather that storm. We knew eventually the clouds were going to pass. They have now, and now we're really starting to get back to the football we were playing earlier in the season. We've won the Carabao Cup. We're still top of the league, and as things stand, we're going to have 1 foot in the Champions League semi-finals. perfect hour's worth of football here in Bergamo. Now let's get a third. One thing I'm noticing about is Atalanta sides, they're operating with a centre half he's what you call a stopper. Like they come out to meet you. They don't stand there in cover positions and wait for you to come to them. They come out to meet you, and so when one of them is the aggressor and comes forward, if you can play in behind them with a quick striker, you're in. It's game over. And that's how we got the second goal. It's kind of how we got the first goal, really. And as they're forced all the way back with Casuno, and Di Gregorio just hoofs it long. That's been their kind of game tonight. Nothing really on the offensive end. Now, midfield in particular has had a really good game. And it is going to be a first leg win. And again, they're through. They're coming out to meet me, and they're going to get punished for it. Oh! What a rocket from Ahmad, what a performance from Sunderland, and what a difference in character from our first leg in Spain in the previous round. We took a lead there and we sat back, we didn't build on it, but tonight, like I said earlier, we just had to learn from our mistakes and put it right in their first leg at Bergamo. It is 3 for the Black Cats, and it is surely 1 foot in the Champions League semi-finals. A textbook display in the first leg. What a performance to remember in Italy. Picture perfect. Following game, let's jump into it. Heading into this, we have got 8 games to play. We are right now top of the table by 3 and 4 clear of Man City in third. It's a 3-horse race for the championship. We are definitely favourites, and a win here in the Tyne-Wear Derby Win at St James's Park, and we'll go 6 clear with the better GD with 7 to play. We are favourites, but a win here will make us firm favourites. Following game, Tyne-Wear Derby away at St James's Park. Away the lad. Oh, is that Russell Martin's in charge of Newcastle? Interesting. Okay, bring him on. Manager market is so cool, isn't it? I have to say, in terms of new features EA have done over the years, this is without a shadow of a doubt one of my favourite. It does need a bit of work, as we've seen already. You know, with we said before that the worst one we've had so far is obviously Arsenal pulling the plug on Arteta when they were top of the table. But still, and again, some of the appointments have been a bit strange, as we know. Like, you know. Managers who aren't like real and thus have any kind of credentials taking the big jobs, which again is a bit silly, but it's still a cool feature, you know, having different managers at different clubs now. And again, when you see, like, for example, you got Russell Martin here at Newcastle, you know, we saw Eddie Howe was did he go to Aston Villa first, or was it Spurs? Can't remember now. Oh, it was Thomas Frank. Who was at Aston Villa, I think. Now Company's there. It's really cool when you have that. Like I said before, it does need a bit of tweaking. It'll be nice to see the historical data on it as well, as Brighton are in early, courtesy of our lone player getting the opener. Go on, lad. But otherwise, it's a great feature from EA, and they deserve a lot of props for it. I'm a big fan. And speaking of the new features, we haven't had an unexpected event in ages now either, which, to be fair, makes sense, because when you start your career mode up this year, on the configuration screen, you're given a choice on the frequency of the events, whether they come through... Oh, great save, Mike. A low amount of times, a medium amount of times, or very regularly. I put the frequency on low because it's a new feature. You never know whether it'll be buggy or glitchy or quite simply broken. But no, they've been fine. They've been really well implemented from EA. So for my next career mode, I'm going to put them on a high frequency so we get them more often. It's a great feature. Like I said with EA, the new features they've added in this year are really, really cool. You've got to give them props for that. Could they be tweaked and improved upon? Absolutely. But for a first try, give them some credit, man. It's great. What's not great has been our performance today. Still tied until now. 15 to go. And what a huge goal that could be in the race for the title. Scored in a week away against the side he began his professional career with. I should have shown respect. I forgot about it. Sorry about that. But tonight, or today even away, in the Tyne-Wear Derby, I think it's his first goal against Newcastle. And what a crucial one it can be. 15 to play. Mike beaten. Sunderland in front. Yep, certainly hasn't been a classic of a Tyne-Wear Derby, but I don't mind one bit if it gets us the win that could send us further clear at the top if Brighton is still holding Arsenal. I love how it's the lad out on loan, Arias, that has got it, man. Great save by Roofs, and Gertrude clears it away as the game is finally springing into life. Nothing for 70 minutes, and now all the chances are coming. But yeah, Arias, we've been keeping a close eye on him. He's been brilliant at Brighton. I know they love him back permanently, but I bet he celebrated that goal with a lot of vigour, knowing what it means for his parent club. But Newcastle coming forward here, looking good late after we got the opening goal. There's 4 to play. Can we hang on to a priceless 3 points that, again, could send us further clear at the top? Demade crosses. Oh, it's a brilliant delivery and a free header. Well saved by Bruce and Guerrero. Hoofs it away for a second there. I didn't know where I was going with the angle with Guerrero. That was very close to... Oh, Jared, every day, mate, every day. That was very close to being booted into his own goal. But that is going to do it as Fatali will dribble out the clock. And it's another priceless victory for the Black Cats. Yeah, we had a bit of a mini storm. There's no doubt about it. It was no wins in full. We'd had back-to-back defeats, but what a response. 4 wins on the trot in all competitions, a major honour in the cabinet, 1 foot in a European semi-final, and a huge 3 points to send us possibly further clear at the top. Let's see if it has. Oh, I would love it if Arias netted a winner for Brighton. Oh, no, Arsenal turned it on against Brighton and won 3-1. So it means that the gap remains the same, but it's okay because we've still got the game in hand. We are still currently leading the way, and with 6 to play for them, but 7 to play for us, it means that we can afford another defeat in our final 7 games. In fact, we can even afford another defeat and a draw in our final 7. If we win 5, we will be Premier League champions, and 16 points now is what we'll need to win. No, is that right? No, that's not right. I don't know. Basically, it's still ours to throw away from here. We are still in front and have the game in hand. And speaking of throwing things away, following game we'll jump into it is indeed the second leg as Atalanta come to Sunderland. Thanks to this, leading 3-0 after our demolition job in Bergamo. All we got to do tonight is keep a clean sheet or just simply not concede more than 2 and we'll be into the Champions League semi-final. I said this year my goal was a Final 4 place. The board want a final place, but for me, I'll be satisfied with the Final 4 and we can get there with a solid second leg display tonight. Comfortable lead, let's not bottle it from here. How are the lads? And I'm just reading right now as the second half gets underway, still 0-0. You're not missing anything. It's been a really poor game out there, as expected really, with both teams knowing this tie feels already done after the first leg. Sheffield Wednesday have just been placed in administration. I'm recording this commentary on the Friday afternoon, just seeing it now, breaking news story. It was expected to happen at some point due to the turmoil that's been going on there with Wednesday in the summer off the pitch, but yeah, placed in administration, 12-point deduction. And I just want to say, because I know I've got a few Sheffield Wednesday fans that follow me, got a soft spot for the Owls, and love and sympathy during these difficult times. As a man tries to skip through there and find Norton, this should be 4 for the Black Cats, and it is indeed wonderful goal, and that's going to wrap it up here. But yeah, that is sad, man. That is really sad. But for Sunderland, that is going to be us through to the semi-finals. But we felt the job was done in Bergamo after a textbook first leg display, and tonight I rested a few players knowing that the job was essentially done, and we've got a bigger game in the Premier League on the weekend against Bournemouth, but that has definitely wrapped it up now. Kyle Norton, with 22 to play, has put us in the Final 4. Well, I felt when the tie was drawn that we would be big favourites to make the semi-finals. I didn't think it would be as one-sided as it has been, but it showcases the growth of this team. We were thrashed by Bayern 5-0 last year in the last 16, and during that tie, we felt out of our depth and having imposter syndrome. But this season, we know how good we are. We know how good we're becoming, and the boys have proved it over these 2 legs. 4-0, total dominance, Sunderland into the semis. I won't deny it, don't get me wrong. Real Sociedad and Atalanta, they're 2 decent teams with decent sides, but we were favourites heading into those ties anyway, so we would have been disappointed had we not got through either round. But it's going to be either PSG, Chelsea or Manchester City, so it's English heavy. 3 out of 4 sides are going to be English heading into the Final 4, and it's going to be in the semi-finals of the Champions League. It will come in the next one. We don't know yet. We've got to do another advance in the calendar. The annoying thing about that is that it will show, if I go to the calendar, it will show me who it is. So the draw's already been done, but there we go, it's Man City in the Final 4, but it wouldn't show me straight away. But there it is Manchester City in an all-English Champions League semi-finals. I love all-English or all-same-nation European ties. Chelsea, PSG, us Man City, bring them on. But before we get there, more big games coming in the Premier League. And to end this episode, I want to be further clear at the top of the table. 7 to play, as we said, 3 clear of the Gunners and 4 clear of our opponents in the semis, Man City. We do have a game in hand on both teams. So today, let's extend that gap and go further clear in the hunt for what will be our second major honour of the season as we chase, maybe not the official treble, but a variation of the treble. Following game, Bournemouth at home. How are the lads? Go right to Hannibal. Back to Anthony. And the out-man says, off you go, Talby. Wonderful ball over the top to find him as well. With Man City taking an early lead there against Chelsea. Talby does well, rolls it inside. Hannibal. A man. Oh, what a... Oh! It's so hard for me to incorporate scoop turns into goals which feature skill moves because you have to stop the ball completely dead. Oh, it's got to be a tap in, and it is, before you can move forward a bit. And of course, I'm always moving as we're going through on goal, but in the end, speed of the ball being stopped dead, it seemed to stop in time there as it was saved by the keeper from Lutriel's header. But who's there to turn in the rebound? I think for his first ever Sunderland goal, can't remember any others, Jared Brandthwaite, the former Toffee. Black Cats in front, poor goalkeeping really, but easy finish and Sunderland lead. It's a pretty rubbish game in the end, but listen, I'll take rubbish 1-0s all the way to the title if that's what it takes. Jared Brandthwaite, an unlikely hero. He's had some criticism this season, but his goal has delivered a big 3 points to maybe send Sunderland further clear at the top. Let's see if the Gunners and Man City matched our result. Yep, here we go, boys. One step closer to the title with that victory. It's now 3 straight 1-0s as... Oh, Leeds! Go! Oh, no, it's a late kickoff. So I just realised it's a late kickoff. So Arsenal might have still won anyway. But did they? No, they didn't. Leeds must have won. I was thinking maybe they held them. They didn't just hold them. They beat them. So we're now 6 clear. Hang on, is that right? What? That is right, isn't it? Where's the result? I miss when you could do it in the league table itself. But yeah, there it is. Leeds with a 2-0 win. Go on, Leeds. Well in, lads. With the win there at Ellen Road. And it means that... Oh, no doubt about it now. I think it's ours to throw away from it. 6-point gap on them, 4-point gap on Man City, and we had a game in hand as well. Win that, and we're 7 points clear. It's ours to throw. And this is the game in hand, played on Tuesday night as well against Brentford. So we'll make this one our penultimate game today, and let's go 7 clear with 5 to play. And that will mean, I believe, that 3 wins in our final 5 games will see us win a Premier League title for the first time in club history. So penultimate game today, staying at the stadium we're like Brentford coming to the northeast of England, where a win will give us a giant step towards the Premier League title with a 7-point gap. Destiny, it's in our control. How are the lads? I've bottled the league title from similar positions before. As Jared Brandthwaite's not going to get back into play. That's where I need Lutriel there for the pace and the agility. But I still couldn't prevent the shot from Ekitike. He was brilliant, wasn't he, in the week against Frankfurt. What a performance he had. And what a great camera angle that is as well. You know, earlier I was talking about the manager market and the unexpected events features. I said before, they're not buggy or glitchy at all, which is a rarity from EA, but this game still does have a lot of bugs in it. I don't know what the cameraman was focusing on there, but 1-0 down. We can afford to drop a couple of games in this late run, but it doesn't mean I want to. Training by 1, haven't lost to the stadium like all season long in the league. Let's make sure we don't lose it here in what should be a winnable game against the Bees. Damsgaard to Chavaria, and Hume is there. And it's Vitaly. Great ball. It was on a string. I like watching Prime Messi. Fine straight down the right hand side. Roll back in. Oh, okay, that's fine. There's a man in the far post all alone. It's Talby. It's wonderful from Talby. It's a brilliant goal. It's a brilliant goal from our number 7. It's a brilliant leveller. And Sunderland, with 13 to play, are back on level terms. Now let's go win it. I'm noticing this year, and I have said it before, I feel like the most overpowered skill move is the heel-to-heel flick. Every year there is an overpowered skill move, and to me this year, that's the one. It is so difficult for defenders to prevent, and look at space for Talby, but I don't need it for this moment here. Just need to take my time, find Kyle, who is, oh yes, all alone for a quick fire second, and the Black Cats come from behind to lead. You might have noticed this year and in the last season as well, I'm trying to round the goalkeeper a bit more. I'm trying to vary up the kind of shots I have on goal. So chipping the ball a little bit more, but also rounding the goalkeeper. Oh, that is so nice. Sit down, Kelleher. Beats him with a reverse step over. And the side heel finish to put us in front. What a goal. We are into the final 12 minutes. And as Rigg wins it back, we are basically there. Goes to the corner, Chris goes to the corner. 12 to play. Actually, hang on, 12 to play. Don't go to the corner now, mate. I mean, I could do, but I don't need to. We're leading by 1. We've done really well to respond. And instead we'll pass the ball, keep it in possession, And, you know, I mentioned earlier, like, I'm trying to do things totally differently in this year's game. You know, the gameplay has changed a lot, trying to score different types of goals. But, again, last year, you never would have seen me do that. Never. I had a chance to run through one-on-one there. But instead, I'm going all the way backwards, recycling possession, then working it forward. And Tow's going to offload to Norton for the dagger with 2 to play. Yeah, it's a different way to... And well, I said there was a few bugs and glitches this year. We got a late goal celebration glitch with Norton. He's going to run around in circles, but yeah, I'm doing things totally different. You never would have seen Doxy Boy go all the way back there when I'm going to go through one-on-one. But I've really worked hard this year on my gameplay to score a lot more team-based goals, and that is a wonderful finish off balance from Kyle and a wonderful comeback from the Black Cats. From a goal down early to winning it 3-1 and going 7 points clear. It's not over yet, but with 5 to play, it is definitely ours to chuck from here. Yep, final game today will end on this, and with 5 games to play, the gap now 7 on Manchester City. Second and third have been swapping places quite frequently recently, but right now, Sunderland are pulling away from the pair. And with 3 wins needed from our final 5 games, we can take a giant step towards the title today with a win away in West London and a victory here in the capital. Our final game today, Fulham away. How are the lads? Again, we can drop 2 games in this 5-game run as well and still be champions. Oh my goodness, as Esposito almost scored a bizarre opening goal as that shot looped so high up in the air. It almost came down with snow on it after hitting the space shuttle. But still 0-0. Crossbar, I was going to say rattled, but instead it just featherly touched it. But anyway, still tied at 0-0. What a bizarre goal that would have been. Come on, son, I haven't got going yet. With half an hour to play, still deadlocked at 0-0. I don't know whether it's complacency, whether it's nerves, whether we've been outplayed through the middle of the park. I'm not sure what it's been really, but I haven't created anything. And we had 1 half chance from a corner. Not even highlight worthy, really. And Norton just couldn't get through. I've barely had Carl on the ball in the entire game either. 25 to play. And listen, we could afford a couple of games dropped in our final 5, but you don't want to start the run by already burning one of those free hits, if you will. We should be capitalising on this. Instead, still deadlocked. Silly manner. Oh, hang on. Oh, thank you very much for being my dummy runner, Carl, because you won't get a goal or the assist. Come on. But you have helped us steal the 3 points with 6 to play. What a huge moment, and possibly the dagger into Arsenal and Man City's hearts. They thought Fulham had done us a massive favour, but instead they've thrown it away right at the end. Kyle, the dummy runner, drags the defender away. Talby runs through one-on-one, and it's why we often talk about it. Analytics being so advanced nowadays don't always tell you the full story. Norton gets no credit at all there, but without his presence, we don't run through with Talby. Sunderland snatch it late, and the title is still going to be ours to throw. We've talked about it before, but in order to win a title, you need a variety of things, and one of those things, no shame in admitting it, is luck. You do need luck to be successful. I can't stand it when highly successful people talk about, oh, it was all hard work, never had any favours. It's like, that's absolute rubbish. You need luck to be successful. There is no denying that, and we've been lucky a couple of times this season, like against Manchester United in the Premier League, that bizarre own goal in Martinez, and today as well, away in West London, we were poor. Oh, it's over. It is over, no doubt about it. Oh, hang on. Man City haven't played yet. Sorry, are they playing on Monday night? When's their game? What? Wait, hang on. When is it? Is it Monday night? No, they haven't played yet. I don't know when their game is then in that case. But yeah, it's basically done. We're 9 clear of Arsenal. We're 10 clear of Man City. And it means that, yeah, we're basically champions. 4 games to play. We just need the 2 wins now, or maybe even just 1 if Man City fail to match our result. And that is that. But that'll do it for today's episode of Career, guys. Big fan. Hope you enjoyed it. If you had, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with the remaining Premier League games where we should, touch wood, fingers crossed, be Premier League champions, bar an almighty collapse. And of course, we will have that Champions League semi-final against Manchester City. Have a great day, guys. Much love. And I'll see you for the next episode, potentially the season finale, very soon.